Hi, my name is Reveley. I'm a Vedic astrologer, and I'm here today talking about the eclipses that are coming up in May. This is really an exciting time, and things are about to change in a very big way. The full moon, the lunar eclipse, takes place on May 26th, falling at 10 degrees in the sign of Scorpio. And then the new moon solar eclipse will follow and take place June the 10th at 25 degrees of Taurus. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the upcoming lunar eclipse because it's taking place here at the end of May in the sign of Scorpio. And I'll give some predictions, sign predictions at the end, and some tips how to best use the energy of the eclipse. So Scorpio is a water sign, and water signs deal with our emotions and how we feel. And so this sign is considered to be the most profound sign of the zodiac, and it's probably the most misunderstood sign of the zodiac as well. Scorpio deals with transformation, with life, death, and rebirth. And so you see there's kind of a sense of mystery around all of those. If you are Scorpio rising, then you have come to this planet to be transformed and to assist others in their transformation. So you, all of us, we are all in the midst right now of a great transformation. And this is for everyone on the planet. Eclipses always sweep something into our lives that we hadn't seen before. It's really always been there all along. It's just that we didn't notice it. And I always say it's kind of like lifting a rug up, and you can see that there's something there, and you know it's been there all along, but you're just now seeing it for the first time. If the degree points are hitting near your natal planets, it will sweep an event or an experience into your life. Often, this can be life-changing. The nodes Rahu and Ketu are the eclipses, and they represent our karma, past lives, and we really probably have lived very many past lives. So the action that we take now that this karma sweeps in, the action, the way we handle these events and these experiences affect our upcoming karma. And that karma can be immediate or it can be in a next lifetime. And that's why you want to manage and deal with these events in the highest consciousness, in the highest awareness that you possibly can. So there's a reason now for avoiding big decisions during the eclipse time. If you can avoid changing jobs, if you can avoid a situation like moving, or even relationship issues, if you can delay those in some way, it's going to be best to do that. So any major decisions, I would say, up until the solar eclipse takes place, even I would say up until about mid-June, to avoid major decisions. The sun in our astrology chart represents our soul, and the moon represents our mind. Both of these planets represent our consciousness. And we are really getting an upgrade in consciousness during this time, during this eclipse time. But to truly upgrade, we have to have balance. Without balance, there is not the higher awareness or spiritual consciousness. The signs the eclipses are falling in are Scorpio and Taurus. And these signs, Scorpio is ruled by Mars, Taurus is ruled by Venus. And these planets deal with our relationships, with all of our relationships, with our children, our family, our friends, our spouses, our mates, our lovers. That's what the signs of Scorpio and Taurus, the rulers, Mars and Venus, deal with these relationships. And in really, all of these relationships are karmic in some way because we are learning about life and how to live our lives through these relationships. Mars rules the sign of Scorpio, and Mars is a planet that deals with energy and action and passion. So these eclipse times are times that we're going to be connecting with this kind of energy. On a higher level of consciousness, Mars acts as a spiritual warrior. It defends people who cannot defend themselves. Mars on a lower level of consciousness destroys businesses, destroys properties, and brings harm to people, to others. During the upcoming lunar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio, the moon will be traveling with K2. K2 is the south node, indicating past lives, past experiences. This will be revealing things from our past, collectively, as a planet, and also individually. Now, Scorpio is a sign that is known to deal with mysteries and secrets and revelations. It rules the 12th house of the USA's chart, and the 12th house represents what goes on behind closed doors. The 12th house is a secret house. So a secret is only a secret until it is exposed. So this lunar eclipse is very important to all of us because it is going to be revealing what has been hidden in the past, and maybe even in the distant past, in long ago. The military is somehow involved in this. Something is involved around the military because the Mars represents the military. It represents policemen, firemen, people who are first responders, but mostly I'm going to say our military. We're going to be finding out more about those flying objects in the sky that have yet to be identified, I'm going to say, with certainty. Identified with certainty. Scorpio is often a sign that is related to scandal, to mystery, as I said, and to secrets. But now these secrets are going to be exposed. So Mars and Venus, the rulers of Scorpio and Taurus, as I said, where the eclipses are falling, these two planets are actually planetary enemies to each other because they come from different camps. This is Vedic astrology I'm talking about. So they come from different camps, but they are considered the celestial lovers because Mars is the planet that represents our passion, what we feel passionate about, who we feel passionate about. And Venus is the planet of love and beauty, and the expression of all that is beautiful comes through the planet Venus. For this reason, we will see a lot of relationships that have been long-time relationships even ending, and we'll see new relationships forming. The new relationships that are forming will play a very important part in helping humanity to move forward, to move this planet into a positive future. And so we really have all come to the planet to heal ourselves first, and then to help others heal. That really is I just saw the limb drop. That's awesome. It means truth is being spoken. We have come here to heal, and we have come to help others heal. Now, the key to operating on a higher consciousness level, it is not about what we can take any longer. It's not about what we can take or what we can receive. It is going to be now about what we can give. How can we help our fellow man? How can we help our community? How can we help our friends? How can we help our family, our neighbors? What can we do to help them through this time that is transformational? May 23rd, Saturn will retrograde at 19 degrees of Capricorn, and it will transit over the USA's natal K2 in the second house of money, speech. And the speech is called Matrika Shakti, the power of the spoken word. This is very powerful. And the foods that we eat, all of this will be affected. Each of these areas, money, food, speech, what is being communicated, what is being said and told to the world. This will be affected by Saturn's retrograde transit. Saturn is a planet of karma, and it moves very slow. So Saturn's job is to grow our consciousness, to make us aware of what we are thinking, what we are doing, how we are reacting to these experiences that come to our life. Saturn is also, it does this through the psyche, very slow, very deliberate. It's the psychic process. It's almost like shining us like a diamond, turning us into a diamond. Following Saturn's retrograde, Mercury will retrograde at on May 29th at 0 degrees of Gemini. This is really pretty critical because Gemini is the sign of all communications and it's ruled by Mercury. And so at 0 degrees, it will conjunct the USA's Mars. And Mercury and Mars are known enemies to each other. So this is where we will finally know more probably about the origins of the pandemic, how other nations have played in their part that they've played in this, and even in other countries as partners for us. And so I believe this information will be very, very revealing and will change the way that we look at everything from here on out. Now let's look at sign predictions for the lunar eclipse. Remember, this is your emotions. It's how you feel. And our emotions really are the CEO of us. They're calling the shots. How we feel determines a lot with our decisions that we make. Okay, I'll start with Aries. K2 will be traveling with the moon. Aries, change is big now. It has been for a while for you, Aries, but you are on a spiritual quest now, a deeper spiritual quest, and you will need to stay with your introspection and pay really close attention to your feelings and your emotions. You can get a lot of information now from loved ones who have already crossed over. Taurus, there's something missing in your relationship. In your relationships and in your spousal relationship. You feel isolated, you feel alone in this relationship. So there's a lack of fulfillment for you. You may be attracted to partners who need help in some way, who need to be rescued. So it's a time for you to have introspection as well, to understand who the kinds of partners that are healthy for you to be attracted to. Gemini, this is all about health and healing. So look into alternative modalities for healing. Your spiritual health really is the core of all of our health for everyone. And so your emotions and how you're feeling is important. Pets can offer special assistance to you now. Cancer, K2's in the 5th house. This deals with the loss of a romance, possibly even loss of children that have been in your life through a partner or through relationship. So take care with your investments right now. Your spiritual life can really become very rich and very insightful now. Leo, K2's in your 4th house, and this is where the eclipse has taken place. So you may feel a sense of loss around your home or your mother during this time. It would be a good time to connect with her. Security and feeling secure in the world is really important to you, Leo. And you may spiritualize your home. You may set up a room, a meditation area, an altar to do your rituals, your spiritual time. You may make your home very accommodating in some way to how you're feeling and how you are changing. Virgo, you may experience loss around siblings. You probably feel like no one is listening to you, like you're just talking and sharing and no one is hearing. There's no reciprocity. There's no receiving of your message. And so you feel somewhat isolated. Know that this will pass with the eclipse, but you have the ability now. The gift is the ability to think outside the box. Libra, past loss from childhood could flood memories for you now. There may be issues around food and drink during this time. Schedule a dental appointment. This will be a good time for learning a foreign language. Scorpio, you too. Scorpio, this is just the destiny of Scorpio is often they feel no one understands them. But you may be wishing to transcend the world now, to go into a whole other dimension. And you want to go beyond. You feel like you really don't fit anywhere. And what can help you now is spiritual rituals, writing, mantra, music. Music will help you to feel, just to have a connection with your heart during this time. Being in nature. Sagittarius, you may be on a spiritual quest now. So it's a good time for self-hypnosis as your 12th house is lit up and you're receiving and communicating with other worlds. astral and time travel will be of great interest to you now. So check that out. Capricorn, you're going to come into contact with unusual friends, unconventional types of people. These are the people that will catch your eye now. Something is missing and you're changing your interest, and you really want to be of help and assistance to others, and this is really good. So getting outside of yourself and thinking about others will help. Joining a spiritual group or getting involved with groups that are not the mainstream that you've usually been attracted to, this will help fill the void. Aquarius, freedom becomes something you are yearning for. If your job or career is causing you to feel confined, you're going to be looking for ways to cut the ties and to become more independent. Entrepreneurship is the key. Entrepreneurship is the key here. You may look for a career that helps or serves others. Pisces, of course you're on a spiritual quest. This is your life, right? But you're going to desire to travel to unusual places. So ashrams, synagogues, churches, places that have this special spiritual energy are going to be, you're going to be really drawn to them during this time. You could teach and travel simultaneously and do this as a career if you wanted to, Pisces. And this would be so fulfilling to your gypsy soul. There's a disconnect now with you and your father, and just know that that's okay, and to allow that to be okay for you. Now, here are a few tips to deal with the predictions, or to help you with the predictions in terms of how to deal with the energy of the eclipse. Eat light on the day of the eclipse. If you can fast. You can be a simple fast. It doesn't have to be too involved. Meditate, if only for a few minutes. Just sit and go inside, or sit outside in nature and go inside. Do some yoga. Write in your journal. Write your feelings and your emotions, because they can really help guide you later on when you go back and read them. They have your feelings, and what is on your mind now has something important to tell you about the future. Last, remember to stay in the light. And the way to do this is to keep positive thoughts, hold positive thoughts constantly in your mind. Avoid any negative thoughts, avoid negative people. So, because this will help you to hold a higher vibration. And it also helps you to manifest, to bring in your life what you desire more of. So think about what you want more of in your life and think those thoughts. So with that, stay in the light. Namaste.